I can squat down.
I can tippy toe.
The only former winner that I have met is Adam because he's right behind me on the carpet. Cut to Adam. Cut to Adam.
Dun 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 dun. This just into the Survivor finale. TVLine doing fine. Survivor 50, awfully nifty.
Hi, this is Nick Caruso from TVLine coming to you from the Survivor red carpet. Stay tuned for all of our interviews.
Anyway, Rizo, you become the final member of our jury. Take a spot over here.
I want to ask you, you were on stage when this whole Rizo snafu happened. Jeff accidentally spoiled that moment. What were you thinking? What was going on in your head?
I at first thought it was a part of the twist for Survivor 50 finale. I was like, oh no, Jeff is doing something. Something's about to happen. Somebody's coming out.
I was just trying to be a professional, trying to be a champion for Survivor. I was very confused. I try to play it off live to Jeff. I was like, hey, win or lose, no matter what, I'm proud. And Jeff's like, have a seat, Rizo. And I was like, well, we'll figure it out.
What just happened?
They didn't show the fire.
Fire hasn't happened yet. That is Survivor at its core. We are all imperfect, and imperfect people win this game. So there was an imperfect moment at the finale, but the show must go on. Jeff recovered like he always does, and anything can happen on Survivor.
I love doing live television.
I mean, listen, I'm a part of Survivor history again. I got a lot of records on the book. Finale, whatever they call it. Finale mess up is another one to the list.
Do you think that's a good argument? That's why we should keep the live finales for moments like that?
We should definitely keep the live finales because, again, anything can happen. This 50 seasons never happened, but that is the beauty about Survivor.
4 seasons, 10 years later, you're finally a Survivor winner. How are you feeling right now?
I'm relieved, I'm grateful. Is this my real life? Season 50, I'm just trying to take everything in. It's amazing.
I always am curious about how it feels to have to wait like 10 or 11 months before learning, before it's official.
Yes.
Can you speak on that a little bit?
Yeah, so after Co-Wrong, we had the longest wait in the history of the show. We filmed in position 31, but it was second chances, and it was a fan vote, so our airing got swapped with second chances. So I waited over a year to find out I lost Co-Wrong, and I just assume another identity now when I come home, and I assume I lost, and then you just wait.
You finish Final Tribal Council.
Yes.
Did you think you had it in the bag? What were you feeling percentage-wise?
Oh man, percentage-wise, I felt like I articulated my game well. I showcased my middle game. I showcased my social game in that I didn't get too close or too far away from people. And I had a good feeling, but man, it was like neck and neck. You saw like Jonathan, Joe, and I were like, well, let me clarify that. And then you saw the jury go back and forth, so I really was not sure.
So Aubry, I feel like she's like the turtle, the tortoise, and the rabbit. She kind of starts off a little slow, and then all of a sudden, I don't know how it happens, but she ends up being right there at the finish line. So she's impressive. I really like Aubry's game.
Now, Rick Devens is responsible for upping the prize from $1 to $2 million, so steak dinner.
Oh my gosh. Rick, what do you want? You've got it. Also, Rick was my Edge of Extinction buddy. Rick and I never actually played in the main game of Survivor. We were together on the Edge of Extinction, and we got to know each other on a human level, and it's so special. So Rick gets what he wants. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but Rick, get what you want. Come play Survivor again. You're the best, buddy.
Aubry is my fellow cockroach. I love her. She gets on the bottom. She plays hard. She gets on the top. Rarely. She plays hard. She's always got a plan. She's never shy to cut anyone she has to. And she never is out of the game. She might be down, but she's not out.
Now, if you could change one thing about your game this season, what would that be?
I wouldn't change a damn thing about my game this season. I'm so happy with how it turned out. I think I couldn't get to the end, but, replay it. One of these times I'll make it, and I don't want to give up a single moment that made me a big target, so I'm not changing nothing.
So first of all, where are you going to put that trophy?
I'm debating would I put it on my headboard because I want to keep it close, or am I going to put it on the mantle? But it's going to be somewhere front and center.
What does this type of thing mean to you? I mean, the fans, this was probably a blowout vote. What does that mean?
You know, there's so many great people and great personalities. I did not for 1 second think I had it hands down. Look, there's Devens, there's Tiffany, there's so many there's Coach, you could vote for Christian. The list goes on and on. So I was honored and flattered that I was the one chosen, especially for season 50.
My girl Cirie. She didn't win any challenges. She didn't do anything in challenges, but she is like, you have the Godfather, which was Boston Rob. She is without a doubt the godmother. She just kind of sits back, lets everybody come to her. They tell all their strategy, what they're doing, and she's like, no. We need to do this, and this is why. And then they're like, you got it. So Cirie, without a doubt. It's unfortunate that she's out. I was really hoping that I'd be able to pass that torch to her as the second African-American to win. Now, I know that, we had an African-Canadian, but I was so looking forward to that. So now I'm looking forward to passing it to Tiff.
So I must tell you, my heart broke when you lost that last immunity challenge that you were in.
I knew going into that challenge that there was only one way that I was gonna make it another day, and that's if I won. Just the challenge before it, everybody came together to try to get me out of the game. And they were unsuccessful only because I was wearing a necklace. So I knew there was not a chance that I was going to convince anybody to keep me, because they made it painfully obvious how scared they were to let me progress any further in the game. My heart sunk into my butt when Jeff announced that Jonathan was the winner, especially because I had one freaking puzzle piece left. So my heart got ripped right out of my chest.
Now, you had some spicy words for Aubry in the beginning of the episode, as we chatted briefly about last night.
Yeah.
How are you guys now? Is it water under the bridge?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit. Give me the tea.
I was very spicy with Aubry in the beginning of the episode because I was mad. Me and Aubry were in an alliance together, and then she flipped on me. I found out she was part of the plan to get me out. But me and Aubry are good now. It's water under the bridge. We chat all the time. We were texting, sending each other outfit pics for the finale. At the end of the day, Aubry's a game player, and I have no choice but to respect the game that she played. It was a great game. She made a great move, because at the end of the day, I believe that if I would have sat next to her, I would have beat her. So in order to get her shot at $2 million, she had to do what she had to do. Much love and much respect.
Now, did you have a family member out on location?
So, crazy thing, my sister, my older sister who was in the crowd tonight, she flew all the way to Fiji because they were planning on doing a loved ones visit, and everybody from Final Five, their loved ones were on standby because they didn't know who Final Three were gonna be at that time. My sister was in Fiji, and we were like 2 ships passing in the night. I never even got to see her until we got back to the United States. I was heartbroken, but I was happy that my sister got a trip to Fiji, so, yeah, that was her first time.
Now, we were sitting in the audience. The love for you was like a roar around us. Did you hear it? Did you feel it?
The room was electric when I walked out. The love and the outpouring of it was palpable. Like, I could feel it. I could taste it. It was like vibrating inside my body, and I'm so grateful. I can't even articulate how good that felt for me. I've never felt anything like that in my life, and I'm humbled, and I'm just so happy that I could go out there and prove to so many people why I deserve to be there.
There's a lot of ways to look at this, but I go out of 750-some players to make top 3, the only 2 times I've played. And another thing is to be in the top 3 of overall challenge wins in just 2 seasons. So there's things, my torch has never been snuffed. Others have been not voted out, but not many have had it never snuffed. Those are those moments. I'm filled with gratitude, and I'm damn proud. I really am.
Good for you. Good for you.
Thanks, man.
Now, did you feel like you found your Eva this season?
I definitely did not find my Eva this season. I was looking for that, and I was looking for it in a way of trust. I wanted to with Genevieve. I wanted to with a lot of players, but I never felt I found that true. I think Jonathan and I had a good, start to that. coach and Colby were my closest to that. But that would be the closest for me.
Now, I don't mean to harp on the honesty and loyalty and integrity thing again, but I'm curious, was this season harder for you than 48? And was it hard to kind of keep that like integrity, loyalty thing up?
It was definitely harder, but I want to say this too. There was comments about like, oh, managing Joe and this. And I say the reason why that's, now that I know, is I go, well, in my real life, I tell you everything if you're my friend, meaning I'm overly open and emotional. When I don't like you and you're my enemy, I give you moments like, I'm fine, I'm good. And I thought, you know what? I would give you one-word answers so you wouldn't have to manage me. But when I think that we're playing a game as friends, I'm gonna vent more to you and then it's used against you. It's like, well, had I known that, I wouldn't have said a word. But I would say this, the honor and integrity thing, I never said that this season. But what I did say was I just want to be vulnerable. And I was like, all I wanted was someone to have a soft landing with. You have Ozzy and Cirie, you have Rick and Christian. There was these duos, and I was like, man, I was just trying, but I felt like it already happened before we showed up. It was like, man, I didn't even have a chance. So I will say that I stand 10 toes down, that I played my way. Now, it isn't, oh, that's why you lost. It's like, well, yeah, but I think everybody should play that way. And there's no wrong way to play.
It doesn't really make the edit because none of us three win, so it's not part of the narrative. But since that Ozzy vote, Joe, Jonathan, and I were locked in. We realized that all of us had some flaws to our game. People called me annoying and lazy. People didn't respect Jonathan. People were annoyed with Joe's honor and integrity. So we all realized if all of us are at the end, they got to vote for one of us. So that was my end game. The only other person I think I maybe had a shot against was Emily, but Emily, in my opinion, had more locked votes in the jury. Joe and Jonathan were part of the same alliance, so that's why I wanted to go to the end with them. Had I gone to the end with those two guys, I was going to have Cirie's vote, I was going to have Dee, I was going to have Tiff, Emily. So obviously I knew I wasn't going to have the coach, the Stephanie, the Chrissy, even the Ozzies. But at that point, you're telling me a 4-4, and I get to use my trap to convince 4 random voters, I would bet on myself 10 out of 10 times.
Now you mentioned that some people saw you as maybe like lazy around camp or whatever. Do you think that's just like a generation gap thing?
Yeah.
Like, talk to me a little bit about working with, or even living with some of the old school players like a Colby or a Stephanie.
I will definitely say that's probably the biggest flaw in my game, not realizing the various perceptions of how survivors played. I think for the old school people, they played 39 days. There was so much downtime there that the way you build relationships is work ethic. The new era, you vote out someone every day. I don't give a rat's ass you can build a shelter. I will sleep on the dirt. That's Survivor. You got to survive the elements. But I didn't realize how much people cared about that. And I feel like, honestly, I got a lot of for it because people didn't realize I'm coming back to back. I just built all these shelters 2 weeks ago. I don't want to build it again. So obviously and that's a very naive take, but that's just how I felt. And obviously I know that's a flawed perception, but I try to bring a different perspective to the game. I think the reason why Colby and I worked so well together is Colby realized that I had a lot of knowledge about Survivor. I could teach him about the new era, and he can give me the connections to the old school. And the reason why Cirie and I worked so well is because Cirie realizes that, I'm gonna compare it to basketball, right? The 1990s, it's all about the post game. Now the game's all about the three. And Cirie realizes, listen, if I want to win this game, I can't just back it down to the post. I got to start learning the 3-ball. And I feel like that's why we got along so well. And I was trying to teach the old schoolers the 3-ball, but they were trying to teach me it's about the post game, kid. So I think that's the various opinions.
All right, so White Lotus, season 4 spoilers, go. Do you know when you filmed? Do you know anything?
Yeah. We know when we're headed out, but we're staying secretive. So,
Okay.
Yeah. Keep them guessing.
Tell me a little bit about both of your connections to Mike White out in the island.
I mean, we were all on the same starting tribe, which I think everyone was robbed of seeing how fun our starting tribe was. I had so much fun on that tribe.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of mild bullying, maybe.
You were the bully.
I was a little bit of a bully, but like no one was actually upset.
It was
or hurt,
it was
right?
endearing.
Yeah.
It was endearing. Yeah. Lovable bully.
So Charlie, any acting experience?
Well, at Ponderosa, we actually filmed about 40% of a short film. So, you know, we were flexing our acting chops a little bit, and you know, Mike must have gotten word. I mean, it's never been released, but people were probably talking.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Kamilla, acting experience in the paperclip video.
Oh yeah, Kyle wrote the script, and I thought I did an all right job. I think the role Kyle wrote for me, you know, I wasn't too excited about. It's like he didn't want me to be funnier than him or something. But you know, I can handle it. I think.
Jealous.
He's a little jealous.
How excited are you guys about going to France, and which cast member are you most excited to meet?
Probably Kumail. Like, I'm excited to see him.
Yeah.
That'll be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And also, I'm so used to seeing Mike just look lost all the time. I want to see him in command of the whole set. I'm so excited to see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Tina, I want to know, what was it like watching your friend Colby play again after all of these years?
Oh my gosh. Well, we talked a lot before he went out on the season, and just strategies and what he would be doing out there and things like that. And I was just so proud to see the old Colby back, because it looked like he was having so much fun again and was a little bit lighter. So I was just so proud of him. I hated to see him go, especially the way he went out, but so proud of him.
Now, Tina, is there a chance we'll see you back out there? Winners at War 2, anything?
I've got to say I'm 65, but I'm still, you know, very athletic, still love being me. So if they ask me, I will definitely be out there. But I don't know if CBS will take the risk of somebody like me coming back out there. But, you know, it's easy breezy now, you know, as far as the hardness of the show. So I'm like, you call my phone number, hello CBS, yes, I'll play. Absolutely.
You know what? I had said for the longest no, because I've had my ACL torn, I've had a dislocated shoulder, I'm a 2-time breast cancer survivor, but being in this atmosphere and talking to a lot of the OGs, I'm like, they may be able to convince me to come back out. So now if they decide to have an AARP version of Survivor, or a geriatric Survivor where we're not digging in sand or swimming, call me, I'd be ready for it.
Now we have the entire Tres Leches crew here.
Yep.
Should Soph get another chance at the million? Give me the argument for that.
I think Sophie Bellardi, if it wasn't for my doing at Ponderosa and preaching to the choir of why Savannah should have won, she had a really good shot at winning. And I think she has everything that it takes to win. Maybe not the physical prowess, but neither do I. And you saw how far I've made it. I would love for her to get another chance and do what me and Savannah did and play a second time.
Now, you can't say yourself, but who from the 50 cast deserves another shot at the million?
Who from 50 deserves another shot at the million? Oh my gosh.
Oh man, I mean, obviously not myself. I think everyone's seen way more of that than they want to.
I mean, I could see Rizo coming back. He did great. You know, I could see Tiffany coming back. I could see Q coming back. So many.
Kamilla and Genevieve. Kamilla, Genevieve, Colby. The Blood Moon wasn't my favorite twist. Those were 3 of my allies. And I really think they were all playing great games before they left.
There's so many deserving people, but one person I think is like, you know, you could argue was maybe a bit robbed, Kyle, with his medical evacuation. Really was only out there for a couple days. He seemed really, really well positioned on his tribe, really socially well connected. I don't feel like he had the opportunity to play season 50, so I feel like out of everybody, he really deserves a second shot.
Jenna, gone too soon, literally, right? Like, 3 days is not enough to see what someone's really gonna do.
Oh, Jenna Lewis. Jenna got voted out first because she came to play. Bring her back again, please.
Oh my God, hands down Tiffany. Hands down, Tiffany deserves another shot. And I believe if she gets one, she'll bring it home.
Oh, I think Rick Devens. I gotta give it to Rick. He's just got such an energy. And I'm curious to see how he would adapt what he's learned from these last 2 times into a 3rd time. And he always comes up with new ideas somehow. I'm not sure how he does it.
I was never a Rick Devens hater. But, you know, like some people say Rick Devens got his second shot on Edge of Extinction. He got voted out and came back in. But, man, what Rick did for his legacy on this season was so monumental. I think Rick, with the fake idol, with the beast coin flip, 100% deserves his 3rd shot.